Well, hello everybody, and how you doing today? Today, of course, is Comics News today for the 30th of November. Oh my goodness, I was repeating my words there. How bad English of me. Nevertheless, we've got a doozy for you today. Oh my God, the world is falling. I swear to God, we need to call Chicken Little Thundero. We need to call him. It's insane what's going on in the comic book world, man. I cannot believe it. Nevertheless, we're going to show you all that and have some chats. But while I'm doing that, I need to go over here and do all the sharing and all that stuff that I can't do anymore before I put up the video. So I got to go do that now. So therefore, Booster, our wonderful oily bird from the land down
Huh?
under, he's going to
What
take
do you
care
want?
of, and he's going to say hi to our guest. You go ahead and do that while I'm doing the other thing.
Which guest? We have two guests.
Yes, and they're both lovely guests.
Hi, Preston. How you doing?
Hey, Booster, how you doing?
It's me. It's Booster. I did an alternative cover for you. That was a
You
huge
did.
hit.
I
Yeah.
got a box of them right there.
Everyone loved a box. Oh shit.
I'm trying to move them. I throw them in like bonus packs where I'm like, get every variant cover of White Lily ever issued.
Dozens, I say.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
So-
I'm sure people get freaked out. You can imagine somebody over in Switzerland or something is like, got
What the
package.
fuck is
Rare
this?
vintage comics and what the fuck is this?
I
I love the idea of that. I actually love the idea of that. Yeah. Let's do it.
We also have another guest, a very beautiful guest, I'd say. He's one of my,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think, the
it's
handsomest men on the planet. But
Oh,
that's
no,
just me.
It's Dillard. I think he's here to cause trouble.
John never
the
knows.
handsomest man on the planet. You're constantly underselling me, just.
Oh,
my goodness.
did I forget to use the word universe again with a capital
You
letter?
did.
I do apologize,
Mhm.
sir. I do.
You're doing great. I'm not doing anything at all right now. I'm like, oh shit, I can actually do a fan speak.
Oh, sweet, dude. How's the campaign going, man?
Today it's different.
Oh, it's horrendously bad. It's stagnated, came to a crashing halt, and hasn't moved for a day and a half.
Oh, well,
My goodness.
they do like that in the middle, dude. It'll come
They do,
around.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't sweat it.
I'm
I
not
don't-
even
I
sweating,
cut out-
Chester.
I cut out the no. I was.
Yeah, no, we can hear you, Preston, but we can't see. Your video is just constantly tracking and loading. You might want to drop that and come back in with a video thing. We can hear you though. Oh, there you go. That's perfect. Now we can see your little icon. We're a bunch of primitives over here. We don't do all those fancy
Oh, yeah.
things
We
like
don't
that.
have the StreamYard because we're not gonna spend $1 million a bloody month.
Yeah, no, definitely not. The interesting thing before we get into today's news, though, is how crazy comic book news has been recently. I mean, it's insane what's going on. I mean, I don't know what number we're up to, Thundero, but we keep saying doubling down. I do need to. I think we need to create larger numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have them in the English language. Maybe we need Roman numerals or something.
Yeah.
They're at like a V at this point. Not a V. They're at, what are they at? They're at
Oh, they're
like
an
a
X.
C at this point.
Maybe.
Yeah,
it could
they've
be
just
C.
been
Yeah.
they've been double, quadruple, quintuple. They're all the way up. They've been doubling down for so long that they have to literally get out 3 sheets of paper to write it down. It's so many times.
Well, actually, I could add to that list you're doing, and I'll have to. Oh, Preston dropped it. It would have been the one person who could have helped me. I do think it would be
Oh, no.
considered decadupling.
Decadoubling. Look at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy.
I think I'm right.
Decaduple
I
dupling.
think I'm right. Hopefully we'll get Preston back. I'd like to have some chats with him. It's been a while. We got John Dillon here. That's at least inspiring.
It's something.
It's
Yeah,
something.
It's something, all right.
It's
Yeah.
something.
I think it's trouble.
Exponential downing. Yeah, that's fair, devilish fair.
Yeah.
But before I go over and get over to today's news, does anybody here have anything they want to say or offer to the peoples before we start?
I told you you're pretty today.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.
It's
Big
good.
gay energy in here tonight, boys.
Well,
Big gay energy.
It is. It's good though because we have many of that in the articles too.
Oh, we had the big gay in the articles.
We do. We do.
Let's go. Let's party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone keep an eye over there on the Discord and see what's going on with Preston though. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I
oh yeah,
don't-
is he in the other chat? No, he's done with us. He was like, "Yep, that's my streaming for today."
all right.
I'm drawing. I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. You do that, and I'm going to go ahead and start looking at what we got. So first thing I need to do is share, and boy, it's a doozy. I'm telling you, I had a heart attack when I see how many. There's too much to talk about, really, but we're going to do our best.
Too much.
Yeah, that's right. And
No, please.
here it is. All right, here we go, Mister.
Oh, look at that. She got a boob window. Look at that.
Yep. Yes. DC
Progress.
Comics introduces gay and overweight's daughter of Starfire.
You know, the great thing about it is, if you look at the title of the new comic, it's "I am not Starfire." Well, dear, you certainly are not. You are.
Yeah, we
That's
can tell.
that's the most accurate title ever, Thundero.
You look like you maybe ate Starfire, but other than that,
Well, you know the funny thing is the creator of this comic book looks
Yeah, you know.
exactly like
Yes.
this little stubby thing.
Practically identical.
It's
Like
a
she's
so-
laboring
self-portrait.
away in the minds of Mordor.
So
Yeah.
the name of this is a homage to I Am Not Spock, right? Like,
Yeah. Oh my god.
And-
But first of all, let's go through. Gay character,
Bruce
don't
can touch
care.
down there. Oh, he's
New
gone.
character, great. We've been asking them to do that, right? Make new characters. So all right, there you go. Overweight, now whatever. Yeah, but the real thing to me though, didn't Goth go out with the '90s? I mean, did I miss something? Is Goth come back already?
Goth
be
is
it.
still here. Everybody wants a big titty Goth GF these days. Have you not heard?
Huh?
There's a generational gap in that one. But just all the boys are just begging for some big titty Goth girlfriends.
No, they're not.
Dude, they are.
No,
I
they're
was doing like a
not.
little. I was doing like a little focus group, like an off-air hangout, and everybody was like, "Nah, just make her goth. Make her goth looking, real pale, big tits." I was like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they're all wrong. I'm here to correct you. Just trust in Papa Chester. I know what I'm talking about. Is Preston back?
You don't know what you're talking about at all. We have multiple streams showing this.
No, I'm definitely right. But anyway, the donor Starfire, aka Trashfire. Yeah, you know, the thing is though, this is dumb. Sure, the creator is projecting clearly. But here's the thing. We've been asking them for quite a while to make something new. We have, right? So they have. All right. Now let's see if they can write a good story. I mean, it could be a good story.
Oh, I bet this is fucking spectacular. I'm sure
Yeah,
this is. Yeah.
this is
What's
going to
the
move
comment?
mountains.
Look.
Move 'em.
Yeah, I was saying, make your own shit instead of worrying about the other ones. Yeah, I've been saying that for the longest time. But also, this fucking sucks. Let's not pretend it doesn't.
No,
This
we don't
is-
know that.
This is dog shit. We know it! We know it scientifically, objectively speaking. I have done research on this in a laboratory.
All right.
Wow, that's
Oh, wow.
impressive.
I'm just happy that
We are talking about the new, sure to be smash hit. I am not Starfire.
yeah, but see,
for
I'm
Fox.
just happy that it
Yeah.
doesn't say I am Starfire.
Yeah, I mean we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah,
So.
thank you, Preston. At least someone here with intellectual capacity to have a
The
conversation.
truth in labeling.
Yes,
Mm.
that's true. It is. This is one of the biggest truths I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's this little video that got attached here by Yoshi Yoshitani, who's the artist, and I guess people are saying, well, how would she end up so ugly? Is she the daughter of Penguin and Starfire? Which maybe that's what it is. But you know.
Baby,
You see? But
come.
the artist, this amazing artist here, has put up a video to demonstrate that mothers can be prettier than daughters. I'm like, all right, well, all right.
Yeah. All right, let's. Oh,
Hi, Mama. Oh, hello, Mama.
hello, Mama. Oh my
Oh,
god.
I know we got to watch that again.
All right.
We need to watch that
let's-
again.
let's look.
Here
Yeah.
we go.
When your mum is holding. Yeah, poor thing. Oh my god.
Oh God, yeah.
That's
You know,
unfair.
I don't think the daughter's that unattractive though. She's cute. It's kind of cute.
Yeah. I can't comment because I don't know how old she is. So.
Yeah, that's all right. That woman's about my age.
Dangerous area, Chester.
No, it's all right. That's all right. My wife works out too. You know, they can look hot at that age. It's all right. But I know people are going to bang on this, and I'm sure it's a trash fire. I'm sure it will be, just like this nonsense. But I have to say at least the positive that they didn't twist some existing character. It's at least a legacy character.
Right.
They
Exactly.
Yeah.
twisted the legacy of Starfire. That's what they've
Look,
done.
look.
It's disgusting.
Truth and
I don't know if you're looking at it.
advertising, okay? Truth and advertising.
Yeah.
We're tired of them saying that, oh, Thor is a woman, and and basically taking the beloved trademarks and transforming them in the name of representation. But their counter argument is, but we need those trademarks and we own them. Why not trade off them in order to squeeze whatever little popularity they have left out of them in order to generate some more sales? This is the compromise. It's not Starfire, but we did use the SEO terms. So there.
Yeah. Well, the
I thought
interesting,
Starfire was
think-
black though. How did this happen?
I noticed the
It's
comment.
not Starfire.
It's true. It's not Starfire. I noticed a comment in the chat though that reminds me of something that Booster was telling me, because Booster was trying to explain to me this new term that the youngsters use called shipping and various examples of it. And and K Blonde here, which I haven't seen in a while. How you doing? Said that it looks like Raven. Booster used that as an example. Raven and Starfire
remember
banging
what it
in
was,
some
Raven.
kind of, I don't know, what did you call it? You used some kind of weird Japanese word for it. I can't remember what you called it. But anyway.
I don't know.
But anyway.
One of those hentais that the
Thingies,
kids
yes.
watch.
So
Yeah.
maybe that's exactly what it is. Maybe this is the daughter of Starfire and Raven. Maybe it is.
That sounds pretty awesome. I could
I
go
bet
for
you.
that.
We just found the twist, the mid-season twist. There it is.
And of course, she looks like one of those hideous lesbians.
Well, no, that's what a real lesbian looks like. The other ones are fake
No,
for
one of those-
TV.
Yeah, but I like lesbian. I like porno lesbians.
What?
They're cool. They're neat.
Booster, I told you about this. It's either Ezra or Henry. Pick.
Oof.
No,
All
I
right.
want both.
I want both.
I'm a greedy boy.
I don't know how you can't just go with Henry Cavill. I mean, that's a hunk of a man right there.
That's a hunk of a man, but every time I'm with him, I see Ezra in the window going.
Oh no.
He's whispering in my ears. Comes
Yeah.
me.
She has a gun.
And I'm like,
But,
oh.
here's the thing. I don't know if this is out yet. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to read it. I swear to God, I'm going to read this and I'm going to see if it's any good. I hope it is. I got my fingers
recommend it.
crossed, Dillard.
I recommend
yeah,
you
I
read
hope
it.
so.
Chester, come on, it's not good. I mean, look, it's obviously they're doing a joke here. They're making fun. It's like a subtle jab, like when you're, I don't know, you don't know because you're not fat. But when you try to
No.
put your sweater on and it kind of rolls up on your stomach, like it jumped the stomach and the breast, and it's all the way rolled up over the top of her breast.
But there's a boob
Chester,
window.
I absolutely endorse you reading it, so
Uh-huh.
I don't have to.
There you go.
You take that bullet for the team, buddy.
I shall. But it is. I get John's point. It's so comedic though. Now, if it's a comedy book, that might make sense. But they're not going to take those kind of shots. If you go see the face of the lady who's doing this comic, she ain't no jokes at all. There's no humor. It shall be humorless. I'm guarantee you. She's so angry, Booster.
Angry.
Very angry. Anyway, let's move on. This is a
Very
nice-
angry bad.
Well, this is a nice little laugh, but at least it's not Starfire. Anyway, moving on. Now, this right here. Oh, this is just piece de
All right.
resistance. Go ahead,
Wait,
Booster.
I'm going back to my computer. Give me a second. One more wait. I had pie. All right. Oh, we're back to this old fella, huh?
Yeah.
Ray Fisher claims Joss Whedon's departure from HBO's never related to Justice League investigation. What? He's back on it, huh?
No. Oh,
Ray
it's worth.
Fisher.
Oh, it's much deeper than that, Booster. It's wonderful. This is a wonderful article.
So
I
deep.
suggest you all read it. Here's the thing. Josh Whedon is a piece of shit. We know that. I mean, he'll
Wait,
undercut.
hold on. I don't know if I'm ready to absolutely go there. Can convince me.
Oh, I
We
will
will.
convince you. Sure, no problem. The problem with Josh Whedon, I don't care about his political views at all. I give a shit about that. That's
Okay.
his own business, all right?
That- yeah,
But Josh Whedon is always wants to twist things to the way he wants to do things. All right, that's fine. But he has people
Right.
that oversee him, and they're like, "No, we don't want you to do this. We want you to do that." So he'll whine and cry about it, and he'll try to sneak things in or do things here or there to over push the authority that's been taken away from him, really. And if he had his complete control and was in charge of his own project, you do what you want to do, go right ahead. But there's a series of authority. It's a hierarchy, So he's always trying to buck this. He can never shut up about anything. He's always double speaking everybody else. He's thrown many people under the bus. So I don't really care for Josh Whedon personally, And then of course.
Okay.
You can get into the political conversation, which I don't know why you need to. I don't care what he thinks that way, but I just don't think he's a good person. All right. Now with that said, Ray Fisher is a whingy little brat,
Yes.
an absolute whingy little brat, and he's forcing me to defend Josh Whedon. That makes me hate him more, Preston.
I hate that.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. All right.
All right.
Dare he?
So-
that's how I started supporting Donald Trump, is because people kept making me defend him because they were
Yeah.
saying such nonsense about him. And eventually I was just, you know what, I'm in. I don't have a choice, because it's either that or I have to side with these people, and I can't do it because they're lying. So it's kind of how I ended up on the Trump train. It's the same way with you and Joss. I bet if we keep making you defend him, eventually you'll just like him. I gotta do it. I gotta
Dude,
Get him back
I-
on the Avengers.
I enjoy a lot of his work. I actually do enjoy a lot of his work. But
It's already
I-
starting.
Enemies
Already
ahead.
starting.
God damn it! All right, but come on, Trump is the Donald is the most entertaining president we've had in forever, dude. I mean,
Yes.
what a
Even still.
ride!
Yeah.
Even still.
It's
I
great.
mean, look, the CNN and company are going to see a massive loss in viewership
It's true.
once the Trump train leaves the
Yeah.
station.
That's true. All right. Well, anyway, this article. Let me get into this. Now, this kid here, Ray, who is nobody. Now, we've talked about this whole debacle as it's grown, right? We've covered the whole thing. So let me just kind of give a recap here so we can all have an opinion. Now, Ray Fisher, he went to the producers of the various things he was in with the Warner Brothers, and the director, and he says, "I have ideas for my character. I want to change the script. I want these things to be done." And they were like, "Yeah, no." Right? So he gets upset and he says, "They didn't take my opinion and they didn't listen to me." Well, first of all, you're nobody to listen to. You're a new guy.
Right.
Shut up. Get earn your stripes, and then you'll have more authority, right? But he kept pushing it. And what obviously happened was people like Josh Whedon and Jeff Johns and other people were like, "Kid, back up." But he kept pushing. They complained, "They're not listening to me. They're disenfranchising me. They're racist." He did this over and over and over, right? And now, oh my God, you guys ready for this? It's gonna be fun. Here we go.
All right. Let's
Now,
go. You're
he
ready
says,
for this?
"I have no intention of allowing Josh Whedon to use the Hollywood tactics of exiting, stepping down, or walking away to cover his terrible behavior of not listening to Ray Fisher." Because basically what happened was Josh came out and said, "I'm not going to do this film. There's all the COVID crap and all the stuff that's going on, all the restrictions. I'm not down with it." And he left. Now, there are,
Right.
I guess, lawsuits going on about this stuff, but Ray Fisher's going to make sure he keeps him accountable. Yeah.
Ray Fisher's onto it.
He is, dude. Josh Whedon's on-set treatment of cast and crew of Justice League was gross, abusive, unprofessional, and completely unacceptable. So he told a few people, "Shut up, get in place. What are you doing? Why are you late? Fuck," he probably said, something like that. Yeah. That's abusive and gross. Okay. But it just goes on.
Don't you know I'm Ray Fisher?
Yes, it goes.
I was in 8 episodes of True Detective, Yeah.
During the LA shoots for Justice League, Jeff Johns summoned me to his office to belittle and admonish me and my agent, attempting to take grievances up the proper chain of command. He
So
probably
Jeff
told you.
Johns is an asshole too.
Yes. Once again, I'm sure they said, "Kid, back up. we're not interested in your opinion. Just do your job. I'm sure it was
I-
that's what was happening.
This seems like a scene out of Spaceballs, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
he's just looking around. He's going, Jesus Christ! I'm surrounded by assholes. Like he's calling out everybody.
Yo!
He is, dude. He is.
Yeah.
He says, "Thank you for all the support and for seeing through Warner Brother Pictures' desperate and scattershot attempt to discredit me to continue protecting those in power." This kid is literally got his head up his ass. I mean, my God, dude. The entire.
Would you like to know Ray Fisher's filmography?
Yes, please.
Yes. So, before he got the role as Cyborg in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, a cameo role as Cyborg, of course,
Yeah.
he was in one thing. He was in a episode of the Astronaut Wives Club. He was in an A episode. Are you guys
Uh-huh.
familiar with the Astronaut Wives Club?
No.
A household name, that show.
Oh, he was also in theater. He played Muhammad Ali in Fetch Clay Make Man.
I
You,
can see
you
that.
familiar-
I can see him playing a young Cassius Clay. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you familiar with this?
No.
His work as
No.
Muhammad Ali.
No.
Oh. This is
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
that's
have
what
the
he-
Broadway coffee table book.
yeah.
Yeah.
He did those two things before Cyborg.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the classic situations of finding a young unknown and bringing them in for a character, and it's worked out well many times in the past. Mark Hamill, good example, right? Even Harrison Ford, in a way, you could say, was an example of that.
Mark Hamill, that did not work out, Chess.
Dude, he's one of the best voice actors ever, dude.
That's
No.
true.
He's pretty cool. I like Mark.
Yes, John. Anyway,
No, they brought in this young, hot black man. They try to use him for everything he's worth. They try to take advantage of him, and then when he has a little bit of input as to where his character's going,
uh-huh.
they call him boy and they put him on the side. Chester,
Yeah.
how can you condone this?
I'm a white supremacist, I guess.
I can answer that one for you, Chester. Because he is a boy, he's done nothing and has no clout.
Thank
so he
you.
goes to the side.
That would have been the reasonable answer. I thought I'd go with the KKK one, though. That seemed more viable. But no, for anybody who's over the age of, I don't know, 30 or 40, we've seen this crap before. It's a young, ambitious person who wants to move up, and he's willing to use anything at all to do so, including extortion and using various cards, like racial cards and various things like that. And it's sad, dude. Because we've seen the whole development. You can't look at just this article and think something really bad is going on. We've seen the entire run of this, and this is legitimately a kid who was told, dude, just do your job, and he couldn't handle it, right?
Like, are we seeing any of the other actors from Justice League corroborate this at all?
Nope.
Because there are quite a few other people on there, right?
Yep, nothing.
You have Ben Affleck, you have Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa.
Nope.
Ezra Miller.
No, and I mean, you think about there's a good example of Jason Momoa. Now, Jason Momoa, in his private life, he's a piece of work, but that's a guy who started out young in Stargate, and he's probably started something before that, but I don't know. But he was in the Stargate thing, and he built his way up. He built his name. He got into this. He got into that, and bang, it hit for him. And now he can walk in to a director's office and say, "Hey, I have this idea. I'd like this to happen," and they probably sit and listen to him because he's proven himself. Right? Dwayne The Rock is another guy that another good example of that. You just haven't got there, Ray. You're just not there, Ray. But he's pushing this for everything he's got. And look at this right here. Look at this. So you can better understand how deep this goes. After speaking out about Justice League, I received a phone call for president of DC Films, wherein he attempted to throw Josh Whedon and John Berg under the bus in the hopes that I would relent on Jeff Johns. I will not. All right, so
Wow.
yeah,
That's dedication.
it is dedication, and because it's Black Lives Matter. Is what it is. He's gotten caught up in the same
Okay.
thing, just like Kaepernick, dude. They've
Yeah.
lost their mind.
No,
and-
I've certainly felt like throwing up a power fist on some of these tweets.
sure, yeah, absolutely. But it's like, if this is even true, then it shows you how afraid of the black man that these companies are. But the fact that Josh Whedon is worthy of getting rid of, but we need Jeff Johns, really? I
Yeah,
mean,
there's an article here in Variety where Jason Momoa is in solidarity with Ray Fisher in his investigation.
of course he is.
His
Oh.
detective work.
And what is Momoa saying?
I don't know. I'm not gonna read the thing.
Oh Jesus! Thanks, Sean.
No, come Tuesday, everyone.
Well, you were asking a little earlier if any of the other
Mm,
actors.
no, thank you.
Agree.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that actually.
Giving you a little bit of insight here.
No, and Momoa, that's fine. I'd like to hear his voice. Come up and say something. But then again, Momoa, he likes to do these kind of things recently too. He's kind of.
Now you're discrediting Momoa all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Gonna
Gonna have to, John. Yeah. But anyway, whatever. This for me is a perfect example of a whiny young man who hasn't earned his stripes. That's upset and just put aside that he can't believe that someone wouldn't listen to his advice. How dare you not listen to my advice? And it's like,
Suddenly I can
dude.
relate to him.
Well, yeah, but you're another youngin that needs to learn shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see what the chat here has to say.
Here, I have. He posted it on Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
Momoa did, and this is an exact quote. And this first sentence and a half is all in caps, by the way. And I'm not
Oh
gonna,
my goodness.
not going to yell at you. I'm just telling you for context. This shit has to stop and needs to be looked at. Ray Fisher and everyone else who experienced what happened under the watch of Warner Brothers needs proper investigation. End of the caps. I just think it's fucked up that people released a fake Frosty announcement without my permission to try to distract from Ray Fisher speaking up about the shitty way we were treated on Justice League reshoots. Serious
we
stuff
were
went
treated.
down. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It needs to be investigated and people need
Who's
to be held
this?
accountable.
This
Momoa.
is
Jason
Momoa.
Momoa.
Jason
Oh,
Momoa.
okay. I mean,
This is Momoa, the guy who's earned his stripes.
He
already.
has. No, he
Oh,
has.
yeah.
Momoa was
Open
backing
about
him.
that, yeah.
So.
Yeah, that
Oh,
carries a
no.
lot more weight than Ray. Now, I wonder if it's just Josh Whedon got dragged in, which they shouldn't have done. They should just put it on hold and let Schneider deal with his family death. But whatever, they brought in Whedon. They were probably yelling at him, "Get it done, get it done, get it done," and he probably is short, or maybe he just works that way in general. Some directors are kind of assholes. They're loud, rough, and abusive. Maybe that's what they're complaining about. At least Momoa. Maybe that's what Momoa is complaining about. The Ray Fisher thing, we've followed from the beginning of it. That's just an entitled little brat. That's what that is. Now the Momoa thing, I don't know. Maybe he just didn't like being treated that way. I don't know. What do you think? Preston?
I think Momoa is also very entitled, to be honest. But
he
go ahead.
is, but he earned it, dude.
All right. So I think we got to remember that actors also have a guild.
That's true.
And that when we're talking about production meetings, look, I've sat through not because I was a member of the guild, but because I was just kind of there, driving people to and from their theater assignments out in LA. But I've heard like a union meeting where they go, okay, how do we feel? So I gotta think that there may be kind of some solidarity here by actors and going, yeah, screw management, because for Momoa to do otherwise would be to saying, screw my fellow actor here, I'm going to discredit his story. When really, why is it in Momoa's interest to do that? So sadly, a lot of times when you get these kind of stories about, because let's face it, every movie set is different, every movie set is unique. And they're work environments that are kind of hard for us to relate to. There's a lot of money on the line. Things are very demanding. You have some very type A personalities running these things. So, you can get some whiplash scenes sometimes. And then you got to go, well, so yes, some stories can certainly come out where maybe Joss Whedon is a total raging, abusive, that's not my tempo kind of guy. Or maybe he's just gotten a bad rap on the whole thing. But I'm suspecting that we're going to see people taking positions that are kind of what they feel in their best interest. And actors don't want to screw over actors. And producers don't want to screw over producers, So probably you're going to see, some of the producers, kind of maybe allying. Of course, it's so hard in today's environment to come out and go, I stand with Joss Whedon. So I don't know, maybe not. Maybe there's blood in the water.
Well,
Yeah, but and all these things make it so hard for me to believe.
Well,
it. There you go. Yeah,
well,
so-
no, I get your, and I agree with you, but there is a little bit more to it that I should add for you.
Okay.
Keep in mind, we have something. Well, now this has happened many times, but I'll use a more recent one. When Ron Howard took over the Solo, he had a lot of trouble with the cast because they didn't like what the studio had done by firing the previous director, right, or directors in that case.
Mhm.
This same thing happened. The cast, we have documentation of this. This cast was not happy that they brought Josh Whedon in under the circumstances with Schneider losing his kid and them not being patient enough to let him just have his moment of mourning. They were very
Mhm.
pushing it back and very much against it. And I'm just curious if there isn't some of that involved, at least from Momoa's point of view, of not liking Josh Whedon from the onset. Because of
Right.
what him being in solidarity with Zack Schneider, and I do agree with Chiron over here in the chat that the Ray Fisher situation is a little separate from what Momoa. There seems to be two issues. There seems to be that at least two of the cast are not happy with the treatment they got. Fisher also is complaining that he wasn't listened to, though. However, and he's going absolutely out of his mind about the fact that how dare you not listen to me. They're two separate issues. Not saying one is not more true than the other, however. But I'm just saying that there's a caveat, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But this whole thing made me laugh. It's just the entitlement of this kid, dude. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, honestly, if there was another well-known actor who was acting like this, we'd kind of just roll our eyes at it, but we would all be like, come on, dude, get your head out your ass, right? But he's nobody. It's like, damn, man, does he think he's helping his career though?
Mm.
Well, I think a lot of these people are incredibly isolated and insulated from that kind of stuff. In a case in point, speaking of Jason Momoa, I was looking at his Instagram, going on long screeds telling anybody who voted for Trump to unfollow him and he's going to block you if you make a comment. Stuff like that. They don't care. They genuinely think that they're untouchable. They have huge egos, ridiculous egos. Even Momoa does. And they just don't care. They just simply don't care. And the fact that no executives rein in that sort of behavior or this sort of behavior and allow it to go public without consequences is why they don't care. They think they're bigger than everything else.
Yeah.
They need to be treated a little bit worse, I think, in that regard. Give them a little bit of a reality check. Like, look, yeah, you're a big star. That's great. Good for you. You're only a big star because we put you in movies. We can stop that.
Yeah,
And it's happened before.
They can. And I'm just kind of curious of the. It seems he's not being very tactical here. But whatever. Me personally, what did you have a choice for with Justice League? You got Josh Whedon in his colorful colors, and you get a German. I don't know what the fuck you have a German running Superman for. What the hell's wrong with you? Jesus.
That old world hatred. It just doesn't die. It's in the blood.
It is in the blood. Anyway, moving on. Next thing. That's an interesting article, though. I suggest you guys go read it. It's pretty good. This one here is from Augustine over at Bounding into Comics. It's a good article, dude. Next. Now, this one actually makes me a little happy. Go ahead, Booster.
What do we have here? New WandaVision merchandise line appears to reveal super suit for Teyonah Parris, Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know why I said it that way. I don't like a name. It's a silly name.
Well, it's a Louisiana Cajun name, but that's all right.
Teyonah.
But hey, having Captain Marvel back, I think that's a good thing. Does anybody have a trouble with Captain Marvel showing up in the universe? I mean, the real one.
No,
No. I really enjoyed Monica Rambeau in the 80s.
Yeah,
Back when I was reading Spider-Man and Avengers and stuff.
That's right.
She was cool. So
she was cool.
I like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all really neat. I'm gonna let you finish, but the only Captain Marvel is Billy Batson.
There you go.
Well, that's fair enough. But you know what I mean. And they don't even mention that in headline. You notice there is no Captain Marvel here. It's just Monica Rambeau. But the thing with it is with Brie Larson her character is a problem. If she just shut her damn mouth, there wouldn't be as much trouble about her thing, even though that movie wasn't great. But they failed to do the Miss Marvel line, which is sad because it's a great it's a tragic love story that they really should have went with that. It sells so well in Hollywood. But we had Monica as Captain Marvel, the Marvel version of Captain Marvel for quite a while, and she just got totally dismissed. So I'm happy that they're bringing the character back, and it seems a little bit like maybe Feige was listening to all the complaints because a lot of people, I think one of the big people trumpeting that was in our community was Doug TenNapel, right? I mean, Doug was
Yeah.
screaming about it, and I agree. This is happy news for me. Well, what do you think, Thundero?
I'm not attached to the characters at all, really, in either way, so I don't really have an opinion on it. But it is nice. I always like it when older iterations or whatever you want to call it of a character gets a comeback. I think that's something comics desperately needs.
Yeah.
Is for characters to take a break, or at least individual characters to take a break for a while. I think that one of the big problems that mainstream American comics has is that they've just been going forever, and everybody, people, just rational people, eventually are just like, I just can't anymore. Like, it's just, there's no end. There's no end in sight. There's no real conclusion. There's no, where is this going? It just goes forever. I think allowing some of these characters, I would do even the big ones personally if I was in charge, to breathe for a while. Just give them some time off. And then when they come back, there'll be a lot of buzz if they were a popular character or a character that, has some interest for X, Y, or Z reason. I don't see any reason not to do that other than a lack of confidence by the market, and by the, well, not the market, but by the company in the market, that it will bounce right back and that they can maintain. This is why one of the problems, like you guys were talking about earlier, they substitute characters in, they race swap, they do these different things instead of just making a new one. That's why, because they know the numbers go down when they do that, but they don't have the confidence in themselves, I would assume, to keep going and make a good character and get the numbers back up.
That's true. But, like Preston was saying, though, this is the Captain Marvel I grew up with. It wasn't until later that I read the Miss Marvel stuff and the Marvel storyline. That was later. This is the Captain Marvel I read in the comics when I was a kid. So this is what I grew up with, right? So I'm happy to see it, but I don't know. What do you think, Booster? You have any opinion on this?
I poo on this Captain Marvel.
Okay, fine.
Oh boy.
Fine.
I poo on her. I poo on Brie Larson, and I poo on Marvel.
I have to agree. There is one Captain Marvel, and his name's Billy Batson.
That's fair.
I'm with Booster on that.
I understand the argument. I do. All right, fine. John, do you have an opinion on this, or are you just pooing as well?
I'm not hooing or hawing. I thought that every iteration of Captain Marvel has been extraordinarily boring. I don't care anything about the character.
Oh, well, there you go. That's a hot take, Preston.
That is.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I liked the character. I enjoyed the character when I was a kid. I don't know what to tell you. I guess you and I are alone, Preston.
I poo.
Oh, goodness gracious. Fine, I'll move on then. But
I'm still waiting for Tobey Maguire to come back as Spider-Man. Then I'll open my wallet.
We can.
I didn't mind.
I hope he has at least 5 scenes where he cries.
Yes, I want to see Tobey Maguire fighting Michael Keaton.
Hey, Slick, you got an opinion on this?
I said I didn't have a problem with Captain Marvel of that era. I think that she had some pretty cool adventures within the Avengers.
So did I. I liked her.
When it comes to like Ms. Marvel, I prefer Binary Warbird. So.
Oh, well, that's fine. The Miss Marvel thing I read more later, but whatever. I understand a lot of people just don't care because the Captain Marvel line of stuff, whether it be Miss or Captain, it's always been B or C tier. I get that, but I don't know. Whatever. Moving on. Now this, I think, is also awesome news. Now I know. Anyway, we should go ahead and read it again. Sorry.
Oh! Ava DuVernay, which is the bad part of this line, New Gods make Kathy Bates as Granny Goodness. That is such a good choice.
It is, dude.
Oprah.
Well, no, not Oprah. I don't have much faith in what the Duvernay is going to do on her own
Not
because
at all.
she's proven that she doesn't have any skill to do this. There could be simply a team around her that's very good, though. We don't know that. We'll have to wait and see. But it's very skeptical. However, Kathy Bates, once again, I don't care about her politics, but Kathy Bates as Granny Goodness, dude, that you couldn't have made a better choice.
If you get some of that misery energy.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
Mm.
This is awesome. I love this.
Seriously, I thought that Granny Goodness should have been like the villain of Justice League. I love this villain. Maybe she just never did pick because her name is so freaking cheesy. Right?
It is stupid.
But
yeah.
I love Granny Goodness. She is a great villain.
Yeah. Anybody have an opinion on Kathy Bates as Granny Goodness?
I like it.
I love it.
There you go. It's fine.
Kathy Bates graduated from my university that
Oh, did she?
I got my degree from. She did.
Oh.
Now we studied different things. Like I studied chemistry, and she was theater. But still, SMU represent.
There you go. How come there's no actors that come from my university? What's up with that?
I don't know.
Damn it.
Because you went to a shit one.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, brown is the color of shit, but it's usually
Mhm,
considered
mhm.
to be rather higher level than that. But whatever. Nevertheless, don't want
2-1 Brown.
to toot
You get more
on my own
people
horn.
from you get more people from RISD get into it.
That's true. That is fair. But yeah, no, I try to mix the sad with the bad, but and occasionally good stuff. And I think this is great casting. I'm still really worried about this simply because the lady. Now, once again, her politics is outrageous. I mean, this is a real hater here, this Duvernay lady. But it's more in her performances. She hasn't. I don't understand why people fail up these days. She has proven
Yes.
that she needs to go back to the AAAs and work it out. Not be given a $200 million movie, right?
What are we? What movies has she done? She has done Selma, a
Yeah.
historical drama film. Because,
Yeah.
of course, about votes to right. We have Middle of Nowhere again, an independent movie about the struggle of the blacks.
Mhm.
Then I Will Follow, a independent drama film about the struggles of the blacks.
Oh yeah.
And of course, everyone's favorite, A Wrinkle in Time, which, as far as I'm concerned, didn't this astronomically bomb?
It did astronomically
it
bomb.
did.
Yes, it did.
It
yeah.
did.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
But like I said, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it's really sad what's going on with Kirby's legacy here between New Gods and Eternals, and I know a lot of you guys in the chat understand the whole history of that. We have to keep our fingers crossed that hopefully one of them will be okay.
Right.
I mean, God, man. But this is a
If
good.
it's anything
this is a good
like
thing.
A Wrinkle in Time, we know it's not going to be good.
Yeah, well, yeah, it probably won't be. But this is the first bit of shining news we've gotten, guys, from this
Right.
movie. Because
I think this is
Kathy
the
Bates
first
is
time
badass.
I've been like perfect casting,
Yeah.
when I heard of a casting. Most of the time when I hear casting, I'm like, oh, we'll see when it comes out. It doesn't look good, but maybe he'll be okay. But this I'm just like, yeah, do it. I couldn't think of a better choice.
I gotta disagree. I don't see how she can pull off. I don't see Kathy Bates as being comic book bombastic enough to pull this off. I see her being a fast talker and doing things like that, but can she really have that?
She smashed a fucker's ankles. I can say.
Yeah, but that
Yes,
was
you can.
slow
You
and
can, sir.
methodical.
You can.
I don't think Kathy Bates has the imposing posture to kind of intimidate somebody.
I
like that.
disagree.
So you're
dude.
saying she lacks the physicality? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
The only other person I would want is a younger Betty White, but she's close to the grave as far as.
But she's playing Granny Goodness. I mean, does Granny Goodness really Hulk up and smash people through a wall?
No,
on
Oh,
occasion.
Granny Goodness will get up in your face and make you stand down.
she will. But I really
Kathy Bates could do that.
She could do that. I agree. I'm happy with this casting. Although I did have my fingers crossed for Danny DeVito. I really did.
Yeah, that would have been the second best choice.
He cannot play every short person, Chester. He
can.
can't.
He
He
can.
physically cannot.
I actually want that movie.
So do I.
Danny
I mean,
DeVito
Samuel L.
is
Jackson plays every
versus-
black person in Hollywood.
Mhm, mhm.
Mhm.
That is true.
Sure.
But anyway, I just thought it was a little bit of positive news in that debacle. Anyway, moving on. Oh my God. Oh God. Okay, take a breath. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Don't tell me they're gonna
Allegedly
ruin my
reveal
boy Guy.
Guy Gardner, best Green Lantern, Alan Scott, and new black female to lead woke Green Lantern HBO Max series.
All right.
That's what the world needs right there.
Yeah, that is. Let me break this down for you because this is going to piss you off. This is going to piss you off. All right, here we go. Now they give some. They go through what's going on, and they're creating this ultra woke version of Green Lantern for HBO Max series. Once again, doubling down, doubling down, whatever number we're up to. But they give descriptions of the characters here, and I think we need to read them. And I feel. I just personally, guys, I feel it's time for the German dominatrix to do her outstanding read-alongs.
Oh yes, would you like that, little lamb?
Please read Guy Gardner. Yeah.
Ah yes. Okay, all right. Let me flex my vocal muscles real quick. There we go. Yes, little lamb. Guy Gardner, white male, 30s, a hulking mass of masculinity, as rendered in the comics. Guy is a personification of the hyper-patriotism found in the 1980s that birthed Hulk Hogan and Rambo. However, Guy is still likable. He might act foolish, yeah, but he is not a fool. Guy loves his daughter and wife with all of his hard partying, fast driving, hot-tempered heart. But like many alpha males, there is a deep undercurrent of pain driving it all.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Now that's the best you're gonna get from this article. Understand that, right there.
Definitely.
It goes downhill quick, brother. Alan Scott. Now it's funny over here. Devilish Boardman says, "Are they going to make Alan Scott homophobic again?" No, sir. No, they're not.
Homophobic, or do you mean homosex? Because he was homosexual in the New 52.
Yeah, no, they used to make him homophobic, yeah, and it's outrageous. Read this shit, dude.
In the exact same accent, or would you like something different?
Maybe you could do the Russian man who, in Russia, that guy.
In Russia. Alan Scott, white male, 28-year-old. From the outside, Alan is the model of early 1940s, the image of a G-man. Alan is handsome, clean-shaven, and well-dressed, without a hair out of place. He has spent his young life trying to personify truth, justice, and the American way, like Superman. But did not, no. He is already a household name in LA, and seen as a hero thanks to positive press coverage. However, for all of Alan's honesty, there is one true lie that follows him. He is gay man. Big homosex. He loves it in the butt. A fact that, in his era, could cost him his job or even his life. Because he is big gay.
Now,
big homosex man. He like hairy men covered in oil. Touching his privates.
Here's the thing. Thank you, Booster. Thank you.
Okay.
You went a little overboard there. Thank you. But here's the thing. I read the original Green Lantern. Any of you guys read it? Anybody? No. I did. And it was I'm talking about the one way back before they did the reboot in the 60s, right? And I like the character. I don't know what the hell this is. Once again, why do we have to change the sexuality of characters? As you can see in a moment, they've created a new black character, a black lady, to be part of it. So why don't you just add another new Lantern who's gay? Why not an alien one?
They made him gay in the New 52, so that was 2011.
Did they? I didn't know that. I was not aware they did that. But okay, so I guess there's precedence. But I just don't like when they do that. Just if you
Yeah.
want to have a new, a different sexuality on a character or a different race or whatever, make something new. That's why I was supporting the one in the first article with the daughter of Raven in Starfire, because it's new. And I just don't like doing this kind of shifting and changing on things. I don't dig it. Anyway, moving on to the last one. We have Bree Jarda. She's half alien. She doesn't look it though, but she is.
Right.
She's she's a much newer character, isn't she? She's just very recent, in fact, but she's already getting her own show because, of course, she is.
Go ahead.
Oh, would you like this to read? What one for this one?
Sassy Southern Lass.
So, black woman, alright. Bree Jarda! Black, female, 30s. Few lanterns take their commitment to the corpse and its purpose more seriously than Bree. Bree is half human, and it's half she's worked hard to forget.
Oh.
Bree has an alien mama and a human pappy. However, she was raised on a more enlightened planet with an advanced society. Bree outworked her peers and earned her ring, only to find herself partnered with Guy Gardner.
I feel dirty after that. I don't know why. Jesus. All right, so these are our 3 characters we're going to be following in this series. And they give a little excerpt here. You guys go read the article. But it's just, there's so much you could do with the Green Lantern Corps, right? There's so much.
So much.
Why
So much.
is it, once again, 3 humans only, for one? And why are you switching characters around? Why don't we have more alien stuff? I mean, it's the Green Lantern Corps, for goodness sake. It's not Hal Jordan's story or what's the military guy? What's his name?
Military John Stewart.
John Stewart. Yeah. It's not their book. It's a Green Lantern Corps story that's going on here. I know they don't say that in the headline here, but that's what they're making. Why is this? I don't know. I just don't like it.
Watch the Green Lantern the animated series by Bruce Timm, because Hal Jordan's in it, but it's mostly space shit, right? I think Hal Jordan's one of the only humans in it for the most part, and the rest of the team is Kilowog, a alien called Razor, and another new character called Aya, I believe.
Yeah.
Who is a cyber robot imaging thing, and it's a spectacular series. Highly recommend.
Yeah, no, I like the Green Lantern animated stuff. There's another one that had John Stewart in it with some sentient ship, and they were like way out in the galaxy or something like that. But anyway, I just don't get it. Anybody here have an opinion on this, one way or the other?
I think it's going to be great. They're going to turn this guy into like a Walking Dead Merle style character. Like Guy Gardner's going to be this gay bashing super hetero guy. It's going to be fantastic. He's going to be everybody's new favorite guy.
Exactly.
It could be, I suppose. But I seriously doubt that's going to happen, especially because they're quoting the wokeness is coming. You know, the people who are making it are saying that, by the way. Anybody else have an opinion on this? Preston?
Nah.
No?
Also, the way they set it up, Guy Gardner is the only real name draw. I mean, people know Guy Gardner way more than they know Alan Scott.
That's true. That is true. I mean,
he's going to be the goddamn star.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. I've never liked Guy Gardner.
Go to hell.
Yeah, I am a Hal Jordan purist, to be honest. You know.
Yeah.
So you also are the homosexual.
So
That's
just
right.
boring.
Yeah. All right,
Guy
fine.
Gardner's best Lantern, objectively.
I just thought it was
Incorrect.
insulting, but I didn't know that DC had switched his sexuality, though, because I did read the original Green Lantern stuff, and it doesn't make sense to do that with that character, especially seeing as you already have gay characters. Why aren't they using the gay characters they have? I don't understand that.
It's not enough gay characters. 90% of our characters need to be the big gay.
Whatever. This is wonderful, though. You guys are going to love this, because this is going to this is conflicting. Go ahead, Booster.
All right. New rumor claims to reveal Marvel's top choice for X-Men villain Magneto.
All right, now if we thought about it, and we're looking at Marvel here bringing the X-Men in, and Magneto being the big bad, or we understand that Magneto is got to be in the story. But if we were going to choose, envision in your mind who you would choose for Magneto for a new series run from Marvel Studios. Who would you pick?
Why do you got to change Fassbender?
I don't know, but they are.
It's not like he's aging out or anything.
No, I agree, but they're not. Fassbender's out, so who else
Damn
would you
it.
choose? Yeah, I know he was good. He was good. I agree. But
Just an all-around great actor.
but it's not him because they want it to be their own complete thing that has no connections to Fox, even though they own Fox. It doesn't make sense. But whatever. It's not him. Anybody have a suggestion? Anybody?
John Hamm? I don't know. Whatever.
Ooh, that's not bad.
That's a good suggestion. Too bad. I bet we're not doing it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, there's two names.
who is
in
it?
this
Wait,
article.
are they doing proper age Magneto, or is he going to be younger again?
Oh no, I'd say he's about proper age. Yeah. And I'm telling you, you're gonna
Then-
be conflicted when I show you.
I have to pick the only person who should ever play great villains, and that's Mads Mikkelsen
Oh
of
yeah,
age. Older
that
man.
would be epic. That would be epic.
Epic.
Yeah,
Fucking A, that's perfect.
it would be epic. But nope. There you go.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
He's one of them Southern Jews.
He's
They
so
brought in the
frail looking.
Ethiopian Jews, apparently.
Well, here's the
one
thing.
of the Nubian Jews, one of the sub-Saharan Jews.
That's
I
so silly.
I told you you'd be conflicted with it though, because his name Giancarlo Esposito. Of course, the dude's good, man.
Great actor.
He's a great actor.
Fantastic. Just
No, he's a fine
Totally
actor, but
wrong.
I'm sorry, he's not Magneto.
He's a great actor, and his race could be completely irrelevant in the X-Men universe because
be,
they could
yeah.
just have him play some beastly character who doesn't, has weird skin color or something, right? And he
King
can still
the
play that
Conqueror.
role
He should be
great.
King the Conqueror.
Or
Yeah,
maybe he
they can.
has like a
He could be
memory of how his ancestors were oppressed.
Yeah, it could be that. Yeah, they
I
might do
don't
that
know. I
later.
just seen a really cool
Wouldn't that be cool? Like
movie
a social
recently.
justice version of Magneto,
Oh God!
Right.
like Black Lives Matter.
oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
flops
Oh,
I'm sorry, John. What were you saying? You just saw a movie?
Yeah, I saw a movie recently, and it kind of like reinvigorated my love for the guy. The movie was trash, but he did a good performance, and that was Mel Gibson.
Oh, Mel. Yeah,
ooh.
Mel is
What
awesome.
has he done recently?
I think he would.
Mel
I mean,
playing
yeah.
a Jew? That would be the irony.
It would be.
It would be like
It'd be funny.
like an olive branch from Mel.
Yeah, it would be funny.
You
Look, I
assume
played one of you people now.
I want
Damn
Mel to
you.
play Doctor Doom.
Aw,
That would be the
Let's
best.
not pick on the Jubases. We love the Jubases. But it's conflicting to me because I do love this actor. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me because you've already shown us Wanda and her brother, although he's dead, which doesn't make sense, but whatever. They've already showed the children. We know what they look like. He cannot be their father.
They're just not gonna. They're just gonna make it so that he's not the father.
I'm sure that's the solution. There is another
You're
name.
not the father.
There is another name mentioned here. I just don't know who the person is. Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens, is he the lead of? He's not the lead of Legion, is he?
I don't know who he is, but that is
Yep.
also named. Let me
Yep.
check here.
He's the lead of Legion.
All right. So why would you take Xavier's son and make the what? At least
I'm looking
kinda
at Dan
young.
Stevens right now. He looks like even more effeminate Orlando Bloom.
He does.
So
He
a
did
woman. He looks like a woman.
He did a great job as Legion, though, dude. He really did.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends.
Why
on
not
the-
just let him be Legion? I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe.
It's weird. but
Crazy
what-
idea there.
I
What are
think
you- what are you,
Disney wants
insane?
to separate itself from everything, dude. But here's the thing. I'm confused more now because this is a younger man. So what is your thinking on storylines here? You have this younger fellow, or you have this. No, that's not the right one. Damn it. Or you have the much older fellow. I'm really confused now. Huh.
It's going with anything. Yeah. Don't know what we're going with. until
I
it's
have
too
no
late.
clue what they're doing.
Well,
dude.
let's throw everybody a curveball. Let's just cast Hugh Jackman. He's Magneto.
That'd be interesting. That'd be
Be
interesting.
a curveball. No one would see it coming.
No, that's true.
They could just say, yeah, Hugh Jackman's in this movie, and not tell anybody what the twist is. And the twist is he's not Wolverine. He's now Magneto.
You know,
And he's also Australian Magneto.
Well-
Yes, and I don't want him to do an accent. He needs to be Australian Magneto. Why not? If we can have whatever Giancarlo's ethnicity is, Magneto, then we can have Australian Magneto.
Oh, Steve, I'm bloody... Mate, I'm bloody being in metal to my will, aren't I?
yes, you are, sir.
Bloody I was in the Holocaust. I didn't care for it. I think I was a bit rubbish.
You went British there. I caught it. But here's the thing. Actually, we know
It's a big twist, mate.
it is a big twist. We know that they're doing Alpha Flight, right? We know that's happening. And of course they're going to recast, Wolverine, somebody else. But here's the thing: why don't we cast Hugh Jackman as Northstar? Because he'd sell the hell out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not
Make it
joking
happen.
either. I'm serious. He would kill that character. I mean, everyone accuses him of being a gay guy anyway, even though his wife keeps saying, no, he's really not. They don't care. But he would kill that. He would theatrically just nail that. I'd love it personally.
I love my wife's vagina.
I do. I do. Whatever.
Sorry. Oh my god.
But I'm really confused. John, can you help my confusion? These are radically different people to choose between. The age, complexion, acting ability, it's radical, dude. What do you think what's going on, man?
I mean, I like Dan Stevens, but he doesn't.
No,
look
I think
out.
that they're doing the tactic where they're throwing rumors out there. These are rumors from the studio.
Yeah.
Seeing what
Kind of
people
people are feeling.
react to. Yeah.
I think that I'm really actually tired of seeing very feeble-looking men play Magneto with their small little necks hanging under that helmet.
Fair enough.
They need to pick somebody with like a what's old homeboy's name that played in the ranch, Sam Elliott. Somebody with a super deep voice.
You know what?
Somebody really dignified, like a Donald Sutherland type character, or
Yeah.
just go with somebody young and hot with a big beefy neck. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of these turkey necks
I
hanging out of
agree.
Magneto's
Big
helmet.
nicks.
I
We need
agree.
big nicks.
He's like, listen, my whole criteria, his neck needs to be at least 22 inches. All right. If it's not, don't even bring him in. Don't bring him in.
Yeah.
Get it
I don't
out
want
of
to see
here.
anybody with these pencil necks.
Well, speaking of that, we have seen the trend in Hollywood to go with the very, the fairy boy as a leading man. It is a trend, and I think the best example of that, with upcoming movies, is Dune. Paul Atreides is being played by the most narrow-shouldered young man I have seen in a long, long time. And if you've read the book, Paul is a badass before he becomes the Kwisatz Haderach. He's badass.
What
dude.
the hell is Pierce Brosnan doing? Dust his old ass off and put him in a Magneto outfit.
There you go. There you go.
He
Yeah.
probably still has more masculinity than all of us in here combined.
Yeah, he does. He is the man. They need Mike Tyson then. All right. Mike Tyson.
Oh God!
It's a
Oh, fuck. I'm a Magneto.
You do what I tell you to do. I'm going to bend the metal around you. Yeah, Mike.
All right, if we're looking for,
bend the metal. I'm just gonna punch it.
if we're
gotta
looking
be
for
higher
really
pitch, higher
good actors, he wouldn't necessarily be on the list. But if we're looking for one who would have the physical presence
Yeah.
and the right area, how about Dolph Lundgren?
You can't. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were about to really back up the Mike Tyson recommendation.
No.
I thought you were really going to that.
We just really want Mike Tyson, all right?
It's like, well, he's got the physicality. He could really play the part. He's very intimidating.
He is. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Until he opens his mouth. But Dolph
Yeah,
Lundgren,
exactly.
huh? Dolph is an actual real life badass. He
He is.
He is.
Beat the shit out of Sylvester Stallone.
No, he's an actual badass. Yeah, most of the actors act like badasses, but they're not. Dolph is. It's not a bad choice. I don't think he's got the chops though, dude. You know who? I know that you might think this is a strange choice, but for a younger Magneto, how about Armie Hammer?
I have literally never seen anything he's in, but people mention him all the time. I don't even know who he is. I couldn't pick him out from Adam.
He's the guy who played. He's the guy who played the Lone Ranger in that thing with.
He did, and he was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and he's in some other stuff too. But that dude is one of those actors that can actually change who he is by his presence. He's not always the same character, is what I mean. And I think he could be a very intimidating and yet dignified Magneto. Actually, he'd pull that off.
See, that's part of the problem is you have to have an actor who has the physical charisma for Magneto, even though he's not really a physical fighter, but he's still imposing. But he also has an unbelievable amount of dignity. And he's always presents himself in a very dignified manner, almost always.
And he stores it all in his neck.
He does.
That's something that's very hard to pull off.
Well, what about somebody like that? What's that guy? Nicholson.
Mads?
Mads Mikkelsen,
we
like
already
that.
mentioned him. Yeah, he's like automatic. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
He's already in even like Javier Bardem. That guy's neck is nice.
He was in Doctor Strange for the MCU.
He was,
yeah.
But he had weird
yeah,
makeup on.
yeah,
We could sell him. But I don't understand this choice, so I'm just going to leave it. But it is conflicting because I like Esposito quite a bit. I think he's badass.
Yeah, me too. He's a great actor. I just don't think he's Magneto.
No, well, he's not Magneto because Magneto's a Jew. I mean, it's a major part of his
European
his
Jew. Yeah.
Jesus, I got to answer the door real quick. I'll be back. Bushra, go ahead and read this title and assume what's happening.
We're gonna come up with our own theories. We're gonna go all screen theory on this shit, right? Alleged casting call reveals Disney Plus Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars series seeking BIPOC female co-lead and Latinx supporting actor.
Hell yeah!
Oh, spectacular!
What? Read that again. I'm sorry, I missed that shit.
Oh, you want me to read it all again just for you, Dillard? Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Alleged casting call reveals Disney Plus Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars series seeking BIPOC female co-lead and Latinx supporting actor.
Latinx.
Okay, so Disney has a casting call, but this is a rumor of a casting call.
Yes.
That the Star Wars is looking for a BIPOC. That's a bi person of color, right?
No, that is a black indigenous person of color. So it's kind of a basket category.
So like an African-looking African.
Well, I personally think they should instead of using this BIPOC, this which you're correct, Preston. I personally think they should just use EBW.
Oh no!
Everybody but
Do
whites.
I want to know? Yeah. I mean, that's what they mean. That's what they mean.
I'm sorry, Preston. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, quite all right. I was just saying, like, my understanding is they're not looking for a person who is indigenous and black. They're looking for a person who's either this or that, or just generally that.
Yeah, so they're looking for a black and a brown to go along with Obi-Wan.
Right. It's much deeper than that. Would you like to find out what we're getting?
Oh, no.
Yeah, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi, of course, which is going to be Ewan McGregor, and we know how supportive he is of all these things that are going on. But let's take a look at the list of characters that are going to be next to him. Go ahead, Bishop. Why don't you read them off?
What do we have here? We have a Riley, aka Eve, female. These are our Latinx actors. Yes. A female BIPOC whose character details are being kept under wraps. Tia, female, 30, supporting BIPOC. Harold, a male. I don't care for that. He's supporting a quirky comedic male, because, of course.
Yeah. Flamboyant, maybe.
Yeah. Hello! And Bella, a female, 40, supporting Latinx.
I see. Like, if I wrote this casting list, it would be totally different. It would be like Riley, aka Eve, females 20, co-lead, great ass. Tia, female 30s, nice rack. Bella.
I love it. I love everything about it.
More specific is better, I usually think. But basically, what you're getting is a film with one white dude who's going to be apologizing to a bunch of people of color for an hour and
I'm
a half.
sorry, my Latinx comrades.
He will. Yeah.
Well, he's not from that desert planet, you know. He's
It's true.
Right.
putting his foot in his mouth every chance he gets.
Well,
I'm not
technically,
saying Latinx. It's a Latinx.
we don't
Can-
know
can I just
where
point out-
Obi-Wan is from, to be fair.
So
Something
couldn't
crazy.
farm moisture to save his life.
Something
fair.
a little wild and off the wall. This is Star Wars. Where the fuck are the aliens?
Yeah.
Can I get one as a main character in a Star Wars
No.
show? Maybe just a
No.
thought.
No, that's stupid.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm crazy. It's fine. I'm fine with it.
I don't know. Latinx sounds pretty alien.
It does. It does. Now, I personally don't have any problem with having different actors in, but I would like to see some more aliens, especially since they're spending big money on these shows, and and they can do it now. They've shown us they can do it, but we're not. I just don't understand the not only the heavy female cast in an Obi-Wan story, but the fact that it's supposed to they're promoting it as girl power, super woke take. They're telling us this. It's a girl power series, but it's supposed to be Obi-Wan's series.
It's people
Well,
like Thundaro the reason we have
Look,
Jar Jar
look.
Binks.
It's like the idea behind these big budget things is you're gonna get a built-in audience because it's Kenobi, you already have a fair amount of men who want to go see it, right?
Yeah.
So now how do we get the ladies to go see it? And that's what they're trying to do here is provide
Yeah.
a balanced ticket, basically.
You do
know?
realize that women don't go to movies to watch other women. You get that, right?
Look, it wasn't my decision.
It's true. It's not, sir. It is
Not saying he
I mean,
agrees
it's
with
not.
it. That's just
Yeah,
the
it-
thing.
You're talking to the guy who I like. I've made 2 comic series so far. Ton of women in them. They're all female main characters, but those characters are not portrayed as like these noble, beautiful, creatures who are walking around that men apologize to. Like,
I like your White Lily series. I think it's pretty good, dude.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's well written. But that's not the point. You could.
I like the cover on issue 5. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh God.
Speaking of, by the way, White Lily trade paperback on Kickstarter. This is
Get it.
last week. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's worth it. It's good.
It is
I've
well
seen
written,
it.
and it's historical too, which is something I appreciate.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
I just don't. If you want to make a lady Star Wars series, then make that. Go right ahead. And do it well, and if it's really good, we'll enjoy it. Just quit playing on. Yeah, that was not even Freudian. Yeah, wasn't even Freudian.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of that going on that set.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Is it going to be Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan?
It
Gotta
will
be.
be. It has to be, right?
Then that's why there has to be a lot of women in it. Because he's probably still on his little apology tour for shagging other women.
Maybe. I just don't. It's dumb. That's not
Because
what
he
people
went on
want.
such a
about that
shame.
with Birds of Prey.
And Ewan McGregor has
Shame.
he has a long history of using his status to do whatever he feels like on set.
It's such a shame because Ewan was a great Obi-Wan. He really was.
He
He was
was.
fantastic. I
A
thought.
lot
Yeah.
of prequels. He's so sassy.
Yeah. He is a little sassy. That's true. But he's sassy in the original too. He's got a little ad. Every now and then he comes off with one at somebody.
That's why
And,
I
I
Who's
just
this
think
actress on the far right, she's hot.
she's not bad.
I
I
don't
just
I
think
they're all attractive.
I
actually.
think it's a shame because everybody's wanted this for so long. At least a lot of Star Wars fans have wanted. Let's tell Obi-Wan's story because there's a big gap there where we don't know what happened really. And Ewan's perfect for it because he's the right age and everything. They can cross that bridge, and now we're getting this. We're getting
Yeah.
woke. We're gonna be so woke we're not gonna be able to sleep for days. All right, that's how woke we're getting.
I think so. And I don't know, John. I think the one in the middle and the one on the right's not bad looking. One on the left looks like a little 12-year-old boy, though. I just can't see it. I just can't see it.
The one in the middle, no, I don't know. She looks like
No.
she needs to get some sleep.
She does
She
need
looks
a
real
little
tired.
some sun, yeah, but it's not a bad looking woman.
Needs to
The
stop
one on the
doing
right,
that.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
I
this
think
girl on
could
the
have some
right with
fun.
this little blade, this bomber jacket.
Yeah.
She's a nice little piece.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
I'd check it.
Yeah,
I'd check all of them, to be
uh,
honest.
Booster, if it
I just want
moves,
someone to hold
we've
me.
already established this. If it moves,
I just want someone to just, tell stroke my hair, tell me to. Yeah.
He just wants
Yeah,
somebody
that's
to
fair.
love him.
that's fair.
Yeah.
that's Jaden Smith over there.
It looks like
Didn't
Jaden
touch
Smith.
my
It does, dude. It looks like baby Will Smith. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whose name is that? She got tatted on her titty.
I don't know, but
Is that your name, Booster?
Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, now it's interesting we talk about that because we just had Night Nurse, which I don't know her name. I think Dawson or something. They just had her in Ahsoka Tano, and I thought she did a good job. I liked it. Right? And
Yeah.
here's a situation where because it's an alien, it didn't really matter, right? And I think
Right.
she was just fine. And it sounds like they want to make a series with her. So if you want to make a series with Ahsoka, why don't you put her little girl team together and go out and do your thing and have fun with it? You've already hit a plus with Ahsoka because people liked it. So why don't you do it there? Why are we doing an Obi-Wan series that is seemingly going to be more about the side characters than him, which we've seen done several times, right?
Well,
You know,
other thing is they did it right, from what I understand. I didn't see it yet, but if you're trying to, you have hopes to make a series out of this character, which Ahsoka could carry a series, it's a good character. They did it the correct way. They introduced her in a different series that's really popular, and they did it well. That's how they should do this with all this stuff in comic books and movies and everything. When you do that well, people are more comfortable and more interested in seeing them on their own. And Disney's actually done a decent job of this, except for with Captain Marvel. She's the only exception, where they've done this in other in their films and whatnot, with like Spider-Man and yada yada yada. They have these little cameo appearances that everybody loves and gets them hyped for more. So I think this is just another example of somebody at the company knows what they're doing, but that person isn't always listened to, right? Because you have things like this where they take something that people will go watch, and everybody knows they're going to watch it, right? Most Star Wars fans anyway. They're going to watch this Obi-Wan show or whatever, movie, whatever it is. And then they inject all this nonsense into it and just kill it. They poison it with it instead of just giving us what we want and slowly introducing. If they have to have woke stuff in it, if you do it slowly, you do it over time, and they make the characters make sense, people are forgiving of it.
sure.
But when you just cram it in, it doesn't work.
Grant Morrison. Perfect example. But I do have to address something here in the chat. I got to do it. I have to do it. Roger says, Chester, what are you talking about? They're ugly. Dude, that one on the right, she's the type of girl, you got to look in her eyes, man. You got to be able to pay attention. That girl will fuck
Yeah,
you
little
all
sparkle.
night. And she'll do that little giggle where you try harder. Uh-huh. I'm telling you. I know. That girl right there, that's a fun little girl in the bed. I'm telling you. Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
Don't you misunderstand it, brother. Anyway, with that said, that's what we have for today. So let me come back over here to the main side. Yeah, that was cathartic, maybe? Could I use that word? I will.
Something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Damn, dude. They are not going to stop. They are going to keep doing it. They don't seem to care about money. I just don't know what to tell you, man. Because every day these stories come up, and I did try to keep it as much as I could with comic books as I could today. The last one, Star Wars. The final little comment to that Star Wars new bit of news is the fact that Marvel Comics has canceled Star Wars comic books. They're done. And it's weird to me because it's one of the ones that was making them money.
Even Dr. Aphra.
They've canceled it. The Star Wars has been canceled at Marvel, and it doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, I did review some of the comic books last year on my channel over Pocket Jacks Comics, and the one they did on like TIE Fighter, it was the writing just wasn't there. The stories just weren't there.
It was hit and miss. I agree. There were some that were pretty good, but it's still the point is they were making good money off the Star Wars stuff for quite a while, where other things were failing. So I don't know. Maybe they're just not selling as much now. But I mean, it's a bit of a shock. But we're seeing a lot of shocking things going on. Keep in mind that Disney is just about to fire another 34,000 people. It sounds like they're firing 4,400 people at Marvel Studios. I didn't even know they had that many people over at Marvel Studios. 4,400 people? That's a lot, dude.
Wow. Hey Chester, ever since the Great Reset, are the comic books now considered canon?
There you go.
Huh.
Oh my god.
That's a good point. Well,
I don't even know what's canon anymore.
they keep dipping. We did an article yesterday.
Because according to Movie Money, comic, no matter how good your Star Wars comic is doing, it's kind of irrelevant if you're messing up with my established lore. You know what I mean?
No, I know your point exactly. And we did cover an article yesterday where they said that Princess Leia is the only actual Jedi that can be considered a master, and that's without 40 years of published material. Is taking Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker completely out of the picture. So it's
And
a fair
Mark Hamill
point.
would go, I agree.
Maybe. But they
he's a
have
flipper
nixed
now.
a lot of stuff. It's a fair point, dude. I don't really know. Yeah. Anyway, anybody else have any comments before we get out of here? Booster?
Everything is awful and I want to die.
Fair enough. John, you got some news for the people or something you want to say?
No, I want to talk about the Buckler, my fantastic and
please.
dynamic Indiegogo campaign. Go over to Indiegogo and type in the Buckler. It'll show you a picture of a beautiful, heaving, masculine man getting thrown to the hood of a car, and
Show me some man.
beautiful looking comic. I would definitely suggest going over there and showing some support for the Buckler. And if you can't, share it out. I appreciate you.
There you go. And you guys should check that out. That is gorgeous. It's freaking gorgeous. I definitely support it. How about you, Preston? You got something to tell the folks before we get out of here?
I just today on my channel
Mhm.
released the first episode of the second season of Last Week in Comicsgate. So everyone's excited to go check that out. It's gonna be a great season. There's gonna be a lot of stuff happening. So a whole new supporting cast. I think you guys are gonna like it. And of course,
I watched that.
Oh, no.
I watched that, Preston, and
Yeah.
it seems like a certain little redheaded stepchild is lost his goddamn mind.
it does. Right? I mean, look, we're just getting started. Trust me, it's gonna be a great season. I don't want to give it all away. You're gonna
No, don't. No, we'll enjoy it as it goes. Thank you very much for stopping by and saying hi, dude. Slick, sir, how you doing?
I am currently working right now on the print file as we speak. As you guys have been talking, I have been putting together parts and pieces of it. It's getting very close, like razor thin down to the wire, where I will put it before my beta readers one more time just to make sure I get all my dots and crosses and ducks in a row. And I'll go for print. Excuse me. Then I'll go for proof, and then I will pull the trigger on the print. This has been an exhausting experience. People do formatting. It's something that if somebody is having it done by somebody else, pay them properly, because wow, this is a lot of work.
Well, it's interesting you say that because a couple people here could give an opinion. Preston has done many comics. How do you do all your proofing and setting up for publishing?
I mean, I also have an editor who's very helpful for that. So for the most part, I rely on my editor, but I also go through more steps. Like the way I structure my campaign is, for instance, Guinevere 4, we're going to be launching the Make 100. So before I have the major campaign, I have the small campaign where I just do 100 issues. And, look, it's... If you're a fan of mine, I got some great artwork, a great cover. I'm only doing 100. I charge a pretty high price point because, that's a rare book. But, it goes out and, I get to read it. I get to talk about it with people. And a lot of times there'll be notes. A lot of times it'll be like, you missed something or this bubble isn't right or some shit. And so then when I go to the major campaign, or, okay, now I'm going to have a bigger print run. Now I'm going to print, print and ship 300 and whatever, not to mention this is going to be the convention copy. Now it has these kind of proofing changes. So that's how I do it.
There you go. And John, you have the Buckler you're working on. Of course, you're going to be publishing it after. How are you taking care of all the proofing and preparation for publication?
Correctly and laboriously.
All right. I don't know why that's
He's right. It's not easy. It's a pain in the ass.
I bet
It is a massive.
I bet you it is.
It is a massive pain in the ass.
I gotta pay my editor well. I gotta pay my colorist. I gotta pay my artist, Chester. I gotta pay my inker. I gotta pay all these flatters. I mean, this book needs money.
Yeah, dude. None of that matters. You got to pay the wife.
Yeah.
That's true. She told me if this book don't make money, that's it. I gotta focus on my other side hustle. So
Yeah.
if you want more Buckler, you gotta show me that money.
Well, dude, it's a gorgeous book. I hope you get a ton of people backing you on that. And of course, thank you guys for coming. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are doing our D&D day. We're going to be continuing with the Tyranny of Dragons, which is a lot of fun. But it's kind of
Is that the one with? No, wait. I'm doing Rise of Tiamat. So this is a different dragon one.
the Rise of Tiamat is the third part of the module.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
You spoiled it.
then
coming
I am
into
playing
the-
through that one as well.
Yeah, we're coming to the second part right now. But come and join us if that's your thing. We have a lot of fun. But anyway, we're going to get out of
Sure.
here today, and we're going to have that ending of today finished most emphatically by the Lord of Thunder himself.
The Lord of Thunder himself. I have a very simple thing to tell everybody.
Mhm.
Donald John Trump won this election. Democrats
did.
stole it. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because you need to remember, and everybody needs to remember, not just people on this side of the pond, everywhere in the world. If you're not equal in liberty, you are always equal in mortality. Remind them. Have a good night.
Nah, I'm a fucking stay, I guess. Jesus.
There you go.
Namaste.
Alright.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Bye. I love you.
Later, babies.
That went over my head. I don't even get it.